We're here, Chris.
We're live.
We're about to do something special today.
Change someone's life for the better.
Yep. Either way, whether they have a garage or give them a bunch of money.
That's a pretty nice alternative.
My vote is for the garage.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be fun.
So let's go over that real quick. So, person who wins, they get to choose. Either I get a custom design garage and a trip to Florida to hang out, design the garage, or if you don't want the garage, or if you don't have a garage, $50,000 cash.
So you got to have a garage. You can't give it to somebody else, or you've got to have your house reasonably close to finishing construction.
Right.
We're not building you a garage.
Okay.
The garage has got to be built, got to be existing, or about to exist here soon. And then we're going to come out, and you have an $85,000 budget to build something super cool. It's going to be sick. That's the plan.
It's a nice deal. Yeah, and if the winner chooses a garage, we pay for them to fly down here.
Correct.
Sit down with you, the garage design team.
Yep.
And spend a day or two putting it all together.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Pretty sweet deal.
So, and everywhere except for Quebec and Canada is eligible. Everywhere in the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska, we're eligible. And unfortunately, to Europe and and Mexico and and Russia and Australia, Greenland, not eligible. So sorry for those folks. But we were playing with some AI voiceover today. Yeah, some translation software to.
That's pretty cool.
We're going to start Obsessed Garage Germany, Obsessed Garage Japan.
Okay.
Obsessed Garage China.
So what was funny, we did English to German, and we saved it, and we put the German video back in there and made it go back to English, and it was the most hilarious thing I've ever heard.
Oh, shoot.
It might have been more entertaining than the original clip if you uploaded it.
Still some bugs to work
What
out.
is does most of the Middle East speak Arabic, like Yemen, Saudi Arabia, or do they have their own individual languages? Obviously Egypt speak Egyptian. Is Egypt? Am I an idiot? Do they speak Arabic as well?
Is this American incompetence?
Yeah. I mean, I just something I never really thought about.
The official language of Egypt is Arabic.
Yeah. So I think that if we dubbed in Arabic, and because the goal would be to have a distribution facility and you put it in somewhere cool, like in Qatar or something like that. Put it somewhere neat. It'd be fun to go to someday. We have tons of people from Saudi Arabia and Qatar and that will just pay and have us ship it. So I think it'd be cool too. With AI, it doesn't even look dubbed, and it even uses my, American accent, my voice. It's not like
That's wild.
like Mr. Beast does it, but it's like some other dude that's just translating.
So the first garage winner that we had was Manuel. At the time, he lived in Hawaii.
Yep.
So Michelle was very excited about that. But then he moved to Virginia, right?
Yep.
So we went up into Virginia.
Yep.
Then the last guy who won, where was he? I forget which state he was in.
New Jersey.
Yeah, but he didn't have a garage.
Delaware, yeah.
Somewhere up there, yeah. Didn't have a garage. We kind of held out and held out and held out and held out. Never was able to get that thing going, so he took the money.
Yeah.
So hopefully this time we'll have somebody who can do the garage. So we have lots of Canadians here.
Okay.
Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. Kelowna, Canada? Never heard of that place.
When I said I thought a Canadian was going to win. So
We shall see.
it can cost me a lot more money to get there. And luckily, it'll time out where it's nice, and we'll do it in July, So, what do our statistics look like? Did I make any money on this one? What? It was close.
Profit-wise, we did make money, so that's good.
Okay.
It's in my Friday report.
Well, I haven't spent it yet.
That's true. You can still, based on the budget that we were given, that we told, we're good. And then I'll show you this real quick. So this is the total number of entries here.
Okay. 268,373.
And there was that many different people
4,900 people. Okay.
So an average of 54 entries per person.
Gotcha.
And that includes all Gladys and Bernice and all of your buddies who mail in. Bernadette.
Gosh, yeah. The mail-in losers. Yeah.
So there were all those people got one entry.
Yep.
So if you bought something, even if you just bought the token, the smallest denomination of token, that was 5 entries.
Right.
So if you just got in for 5 entries, you still have a five times better chance than anybody who wrote in.
Yeah.
There were 4 people who bought the garage design package.
Nice. Cool.
2 of them bought that only, so they have $3,000 or 3,000 entries each.
Yep. So they have pretty high odds, right?
Then the other 2 bought a few other things. So the person with the most number of entries has that many entries.
Yeah, 3,700 roughly.
About 3,700.
Yeah.
So he's got a little over 1.3% chance of winning.
So that means I sold $268,000 worth of stuff,
Correct.
roughly.
Correct.
Yeah. So 268 at, let's say, 50% margin is 130 grand. And
pretty
so
close there,
so if we, so we would have made $30,000-$40,000. I'm hoping the next giveaway I make like 500. That's the goal. But long term, if we do a garage and we get to show, how cool it is and the process, and it'll pay off long term. So the way that we do this, any of the things that people bought that were eligible get tagged. We use a software program called Viral Sweep, or an app that's built on the back that Bryce helped develop with the app developer. So all those things are tagged, so everybody has proper entries. Then we have to manually go in and add the losers who send in their note cards, or note card. And you can only send one. And then what we're doing is it pulls them all into basically a .csv file, and then it uses a random number generator to choose the winner. So there's one winner, one person. We're going to do it now. Is it ready?
It's ready. It's right behind
It's ready.
you.
Okay. All right. So
one guy, one person.
One person. Could be Bernice.
You'll be around
Yep, I'm ready to
I
look
think
up
we're the
this
only ones that
person's-
do this. Everybody else does
Yeah.
it through some,
secret attorney.
because this is hard. It was hard to get this set up. Now I think we're the only ones that can actually pull
How
this
does
off.
LZ do it? Does he?
Through an attorney, and then he just calls the person, and
Oh, I've never even seen him.
it's no fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Let's
One
see.
winner.
Get the fun countdown here.
One winner. It'll give a 10-second countdown.
All right.
Yeah, we
Get
get a little
fireworks.
confetti.
Please
Okay,
be
we
in
got
Florida. Please be in Florida.
648 people
Please
watching.
be in Orlando.
Please be a name that's at least 40 or younger.
Laurel said she got her entries in. I'm going to get in real trouble if she wins.
Charles.
Charles
A.
A.
All right, let me look this person up real quick while you. Yeah, I checked on Laurel. She bought 5 entries.
Yeah.
So, but she didn't win. Sorry, Laurel.
That would have been real bad.
Let's see. You reckon? I don't recognize that.
No.
Oh,
Okay, thank God. Sorry, Canadians. Sorry, Canadians. It's not Florida. It's Texas.
Yep, in Texas.
Yeah,
Let's
Texas.
see. He has.
We bought Inside the Hex membership, so
Yep.
he's bought in.
Let's see.
Got himself the giveaway shirt. That's the that one's sick. That's my new favorite shirt.
So
Okay.
let's see his orders here. Oh yeah, he bought 2XL. Yep.
Yeah.
I like this guy. 2XL
Is
guy.
that a child?
He bought one shirt and he bought an Inside the Hex membership.
Yeah,
And he
but
did
he
it
bought
on-
Hex Plus.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he must be planning on buying a bunch of stuff.
All right.
I wonder if he's not in the design queue, is he? It says 3 orders. What's the third order?
Let's see here.
Or the other orders. Let's see what else he's got. Oh, he has something.
Oh, nice.
That is sick. So he's one of the guys who
That's
bought the design service.
For $3,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he must be the number one guy. We've
Yeah,
never had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the number
exactly
one
right.
because it was he bought $3,600 worth of stuff. That's the first time we've ever had that.
There's
Yeah.
always a hat. Or
Yeah, it was always somebody who bought like $2 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
freaking
that's-
cool. Bad news is that means he probably has a giant garage. Maybe I can get some money out of him too, right? So maybe he'll have to buy some extra stuff to finish the job.
All right, Charles A.
All right,
Congratulations.
let me call him here. Let's see if we can
Here's-
get him on the phone. So we know he has a garage. This is great. We're gonna get to do it. Thank gosh. I want to do a
All right.
garage.
Now that's a He lives in Texas. That's a Florida area code, so he must have been in Florida at some point.
That's not Florida area code.
Yeah, 904. That's Jacksonville.
Well, that's why I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get him on the phone here.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, he got his last name.
Charlie. He goes by Charlie.
Texting always works. So he sent us right the voicemail. So that means he's gonna
town number.
Like Florida number. I left that last.
Joseph asked, when's someone in the chat gonna win? Barbecue Jones. Gary Jones last year was in the chat and he won.
Mm-hmm.
He won the dry ice or shopping spree. He chose the shopping spree. All right, so we're gonna text him here. Charles A is not. I don't think he's here in the chat. Let's see. Had a couple.
It's Matt Mormon. Call me now.
It's always a good text.
Don't hang up on me. Hang up on your wife, and pick up the phone.
Coming to Indiana? Nope. Sorry, James. Didn't come to Indiana. Been single digits there. Afternoon from Claremont, Florida. Hey, nice. Come by and visit.
So this is a good marketing thing. This is to encourage people spend a lot of money.
You got to spend a lot
because we've always encouraged people. We had one guy who spent like a freaking fortune on one of the giveaways, and lots of people spent tons of money in the RS. And it was who won the RS? I think he
bought the shirt.
Yeah, he bought a shirt, right?
Will.
Yeah.
What was his name? I just talked to him the other day. Actually, we got him some tax info coming his way.
Yeah, I'm sure he's excited about that.
He loved hearing that, getting that phone call.
Oh! Here we go.
All right.
Charles.
Hello, Matt.
It's Matt Mormon.
How are you?
You're live on the podcast. You are the winner of the garage giveaway. So we're coming to Texas.
Sounds good.
You're the first winner ever. So you were the number one. You had spent the most money out of anybody because you'd actually bought the design service entry, and so every time we've ever done it, people have always spent like $20. So you are the number one entrant, and you are the number one winner, which is awesome.
That's cool.
I feel. So I'll call you offline, and we'll start talking about plans and how we're going to get you set up. I'd love to hear about your garage. What's your garage look like, just so that people can get an idea?
Three car, and I'm about 8 months away from a 4-car build out. So
Oh, sweet.
You and I can talk and see which you want to tackle.
Sweet.
I prefer the new 4-car build out, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you can wait that long.
Yeah, well, we can figure it out. We'll see. Okay, cool, awesome, man. I'm pumped for you. I'll give you a shout offline, and we'll chat about plans.
Yeah, super excited. Super excited.
Sweet.
Sounds great.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye.
That's
All right.
cool. So I am going to get more money out of them. We'll be doing the 3-car and the 4-car. Let's say, hey, let's just give you a credit and do this $300,000 garage install. It's gonna be great. So that's sweet.
Very cool.
Yeah. So he's bought in. He's inside the Hex member. He's we'll find out. I'll find out some more information from him. Where is that in Texas?
I've heard of it before, but I don't know where that is.
Let's see if we're going somewhere.
What's it near? Oh,
Austin.
close to Austin.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've never been to Austin.
Me either.
I don't know that I've ever stepped on ground in. Oh yeah, Houston. Went to the Villanova national championship game, and then I've been to Houston for Werther compressors. So I think that's the only 2 times I've been to Texas, other than just whether it was a connection or something. But even then, I don't think I've ever connected to Dallas or anything like that. That's cool.
There you go. Just west of Austin.
Sorry, Canadians. I was pulling for you. I thought for sure a Canadian's going to win. You guys got to spend more money. That's your problem. Next time around, you got to pony up some cash. I'm ready to come to Canada. Maybe what we could do if we get real big in Canada, then we could do a Canadian only giveaway. To finally guarantee one of them win. and we can do an Australian only giveaway, and and when I'm in Japan in the dubbed videos, we can do Japanese only giveaway. We'll have to have real time, voiceover dubbing.
You have to translate to Canadian because
Yeah.
it's a little different up there.
Mm-hmm.
How much sushi would you eat if you went to Japan?
Yeah, a lot.
You'd fall off the wagon, I think, if you went to Japan.
Yeah. I think I'd be all right. Yeah, people, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped to do a garage. I can't wait. We're gonna go out and do Fred's garage out in the Santa Barbara area. I think we're scheduled March 19th or March 16th, something like that. So we're scheduled to go out there, and that garage is gonna be wild. Wait till you guys see how freaking cool it is. And it's actually not going to be a normal OG. It's going to have a lot of green in it. So a lot of color, a lot of style. It's going to be freaking sick. So we're putting that garage together, and then we have Lena's outdoor kitchen project, and of course we have my studio, which is going to be insane. So wait till you see that. And I'm working on. I'm going to get it sponsored. I'm going to get all the product. They freaking owe it to me, for gosh sakes, for making the market in a lot of these products. So I'm going to get everybody involved. Swiss Tracks, Cree, Krensla, Rousseau, ICS, Werther, the whole gamut. And I got to get them soon, get on their, so I can get in their 2014 budgets so they can. I'm gonna pull the pitch of. Well, what I need the flooring and $50,000. And they say, well, we can't do the $50,000, but we'll give you the flooring. Okay. Deal. Shoot.
Oh, here's ST reminds us here. You went to Houston for the Shell something plant tour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So that's 3 times.
Plant tour.
Actually, I think I went to Werther when I did Shell.
Oh, you combined those.
Yeah.
Good job, ST. What did we call that?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm pumped for that. You guys want to have a normal podcast here?
Let's.
I don't get nervous anymore. I used to get nervous. Like, my heart would be pounding. Like, oh, gosh, what's going to happen? We're all going to die. The world's going to end. I'm going to go bankrupt. We're screwed. We're going to have to ship everything to Hawaii. You guys going to get, like 1 cabinet and 10 Swiss Tracks. They're going to fly out there because that's all he was going to get. Yeah.
All right, I got a couple questions here in the chat.
Yeah, give us some questions here. We want to have a normal podcast for fun.
James says, "Hey Matt, would VCT tile, like what goes in schools and hospitals, be a good flooring for a garage?"
Is that it's not terrazzo he's talking about, is it? Like that's what you see in like airports and stuff. Is that some sort of carpet tile?
Yeah.
A vinyl composite. I don't know.
Like in hospitals.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah.
It looks slick.
No, I don't think so. You got to wax that and polish and wax it. Let's say we have in the break room area. I don't know. I don't like that stuff. It makes it's not very good acoustically. It's slippery when wet. Yeah, probably not.
All right, Steven says, "I haven't done lighting in my garage yet.
Okay.
But I'll be going Cree 5K.
Nice.
My garage currently has 2 can lights that I plan on keeping.
Yep.
Would the SLG retrofit be the best solution to match the Cree at 5K?
I think so. There is a DMF color selectable light. I've got to get samples of them. They're probably going to be crazy expensive. But if you only have 2 of them, it's not going to be the end of the world. But as of right now, yeah, I think SLG is probably our best option. It's the problem with SLG is they're color selectable as well, so the quality is they're probably 75 CRI lights. But if you're using it as like we have them in Helen, and you don't notice the color quality difference because they're more of a extra filler type light. So the SLGs are a nice easy retrofit. But stay tuned on I know that we have a call into DMF to get those ones to test out, where they have the same modules, the DRD modules, and they've come out with a color adjustable version, but I'm not sure how they work.
Another lighting question for you from Rick Whittington. What color temperature do you recommend in the garage?
In the garage, I like 5K, either 5K or 6500. I was a big 6500 guy when I was doing Verilux, fluorescents. Those are the best color accurate bulbs. And the advantage of 6500 is that, like, if I was doing an outdoor wash bay, or if I'm opening the doors a lot, for whatever reason, the bugs don't seem to be as attracted. Mosquitoes and stuff don't show up as much. But 5K is the best, I think, color temp for the garage in general.
All right, TJ has a question for you. Wants to know if you guys can produce a spacer for that Griot's foam cannon. We aren't moving that darn knob back and forth, so it's set for ultimate foam. That would be a lot of time.
Yeah. The one of the things I want to design when I build a foam cannon is to get rid of the foam adjustment and have an orifice adjustment. So that way you could just, click the thing if you, depending on, what pressure washer you're using.
Lots of people telling us how cold it is there. Slice of Ham is currently delivering packages with 12 inches of snow on the ground.
That's fun. Snow is fun, but it's not fun about, a day after when it turns into dirt snow.
It's like 66 here right now. It's sunny. Don't tell anybody. Blah, blah, blah. When's someone in the chat going to win? Yeah, we talked about that. Winner from Texas. Sorry, a lot to get through here. There was a guy last week that had almost spent $4,000. Yeah, that was
almost. Shoot, he could have won.
Oh.
Dang it. You'd come spend it now. I need to pay for this garage. Just all that money that I got from the garage giveaway is already spent.
One guy says, that's okay. I'll win the Evo.
Yeah.
Now, what's the latest on the Evo, by the way? I saw you working on it over there.
Yeah, putting it in my, it's the 9th iteration of exhaust on it, so I'm working on that. Yeah.
They want to see you. Oh, you gave away your boots, though, right?
Yeah,
since you're going to Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
No boots, guys.
No, maybe I'll have to buy a cowboy hat in Texas.
Sonny says, I have more pull keychains than I do keys. That was his way in the drawing. Getting in the drawing. BMW winner bought a shirt because he already had one. That's true. Remember the guy who won?
Yeah, he had an M2CS and he bought a shirt. The guy who won the last garage giveaway bought a stupid beanie that I hated.
Beanie.
But we've had some that bought, like the guy who won the M5, I think spent like, I don't know, $2,800 or something like that. So we've had kind of a gamut of big spenders and not. But the beauty is they've all been OG people, right? They've all been, no one has been just some rando. They've always been bought in.
Smod wants to know, does he get that refunded for the design plan since he won?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
It's all negotiable here. Will there be a live over the weekend during the HQ move? Craig wants to know. Well, we're not doing it this weekend, Craig. We're still going through some inspection processes.
Yeah.
We had guys out there this morning.
Oh, by the way, I talked to Chris, the landlord, and he said it's fine.
Okay, good.
Forgot to tell you guys.
Yeah, we've been calling him when he hadn't called us back yet. Matt and Cowboy Boots would be awesome. They're naming off barbecue places you need to go while you're there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I could get on the Joe Rogan Experience since I'm going to be in Austin.
Oh,
right?
Is that where he is?
Yeah. I need to, what I may do is talk to, maybe I could get on with do something with Tom Segura because he's a huge Porsche guy, and Chandler, our buddies from P1 Podium. I think they're doing a racing sim for him, so maybe we can do something with him.
Jason and Mark also chiming in when they're talking about the projects coming up. Don't forget Mike's Outdoor Kitchen.
Oh, yep.
That on there. Chris Lindsay says, take the Prevost coach to Texas.
Yeah.
Scott, let you borrow that. Let's see. Oh, I already answered Steven's question. We deserve a proper rant, says Brad. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah, I haven't done one in a while. Let me see if we can come up with something to get me going.
KM wants to know, Ego pressure washer review? No, we still don't have an Ego pressure washer, right?
I got a good rant for you right this freaking minute. Looking at your, whatever that death water is.
Okay.
So,
your coconut
all
water?
these people, I was thinking about this the other day. So all these people, all the fit people, all the carnivore people, all the people I watch all the time.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody, whether you're fat and sloppy, you're fit and awesome, you suck at life, you're great at life, you're organized, you're disorganized. The one common theme for everybody, it seems like, except for me, is the addiction and then the acceptance of caffeine.
Okay.
Like all these fit people, all these health conscious people, and yet we just overlook that we're addicted to a stimulant in the entire country. Everybody, except for me.
Except you.
And I'm sure there's a few others. Chime in if you're not addicted to this crap. So I don't understand how it's like, okay, well, we need to avoid BPAs and we need to like eat, whether you're a vegan, we need to eat only vegetables, but we can still pump ourselves with caffeine. Or I'm a ketogenic, perfect eating, only eat organic, grass-fed, this or that, but I'm still addicted to caffeine.
I have my coffee.
I'm going to do my 72-hour fast once a month, and I'm doing all these great things, but I'm still addicted to caffeine. It makes no sense to me. What is and then once you're addicted to it, it doesn't like give you anything, does it? Like you just need it to maintain baseline. In the beginning, I'm sure it ramps you up and you're fired up, you got more energy and all that, but now you're just trying to get back to baseline. And so then you need more, and then you need it more often, and then you need to maintain that baseline forever. I don't know. Help me out here. What's the thought process here, or isn't there one? It's just an addiction that you just deal with.
Let's see. I'm looking at the chat here too to see what they're saying.
It just seems ridiculous to me.
The whole world is addicted to caffeine, says Larry.
So I understand you like the drink and all that stuff. I mean, coffee, I get it. I mean, to me, it smells terrible, so it probably would taste terrible to me. But I would be more inclined to drink coffee if it wasn't caffeinated. If that wasn't the whole point. Mm-hmm. So now you get this baseline drug that you're addicted to forever. If you come off of it, you get a splitting migraine headache. That seems like a bad thing. And yet you could be like the best CrossFitter in the world and you eat the cleanest stuff in the world, or you're a bodybuilder, but everything that's always acceptable, well, you can drink, I can stay addicted to caffeine. And then you start to, it's the same nonsense that people talk about with wine. Well, it has resveratrol, so it shows that it helps you live longer. Nonsense. It's like trace amounts. Just take a resveratrol supplement, and you'd get like 100 times what you're going to get out of wine. So we're just making excuses.
Looking up negative effects here of caffeine. Who should avoid caffeine?
Everybody.
People with high levels of anxiety or those prone to panic attacks. Caffeine is a stimulant.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So it just seems asinine to me that we always make. Now, I understand, like you like the, and I'm freaking feeding into it. I'm selling this crap. You guys talk me into it. We sell tons of it.
Coffee.
It really interests me, the machines, the La Marzocca, I mean, the grinding, the process. I mean, that if I was going to do it, that's the way I would do it. Like Michelle has a freaking Keurig and buys Folgers packets. I'm like, what are you doing? If you're gonna do this, just do it. She's like, I don't have time for that. It's like every single person. What do you think the percentage of the population that isn't addicted to caffeine? Outside of adults, so 18-year-olds now, it probably goes down lower than that. I mean, probably a lot of kids drink it too, or they're addicted to energy drinks. So is a percentage probably something like 90%? A ridiculous number of people.
Yeah, it's definitely high. Like if you go to the airport, the longest lines are at Starbucks. Not it.
So help me out here, people in the chat. I just don't understand.
Let's see.
Like I don't understand how it's we've made it acceptable to say, okay, well, everything else is bad. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to stay addicted to this stimulant that is so addictive that I can't function without it, and I would have a major detox, a rough month trying to get off of it.
Let's see.
And then I have these crash and burns throughout the day where I have to stay on it. Otherwise, I have energy problems.
All right, Service Plumbing Inc. That's our buddy Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says, stop consuming caffeine after my open heart surgery.
Yeah.
I'm still wiring and talk too much. No salt, no caffeine for a year and a half. Dang.
Yeah, he probably feels way better.
Only drink decaf now due to health reasons, but never was addicted to it and didn't get any real stimulant effect from it. We don't shop at Starbucks, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of coffee, any chance OG get a branded travel coffee cup in the store? Don't worry, we'll use it for morning supplement shakes instead.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one rant. I'm sure we're gonna have more rants now that you broke the seal. Now I'm angry.
Well, 27 Motorsports says because there is no clinical evidence that a normal dose of caffeine, 100 to 200 milligrams, is bad for you. That's what I was looking up. Like, what's the
other
number?
than you get a splitting migraine headache and you have to drink more of it when you in the middle of the afternoon, and if you woke up in the morning and didn't have it, you'd be miserable. That's my clinical evidence.
From Dr. Maddie Mormon.
Yeah, it seems stupid.
All right, we'll get back to some more of those. I want to get to your super chat.
So in other words, I'm saying 90% of the world is stupid.
You've been saying that for years. Just more fuel for your fire. Nick Adcock, $10. Hey, Matt, looking for my first 911.
Okay.
Is the performance of the 991, 992 Carrera T or Carrera S worth the price difference over an M2 comp? Car would be a daily driver and would like a manual.
Yeah, it 100% is. I mean, the measurable performance is not very great, but the real world, I'm telling you, as soon as you sit behind a wheel and you go, cruising around the normal roundabout, it's a completely different experience. You don't have to go wild. You can just drive around town. It's just so much better. I couldn't imagine getting a 992. I just wouldn't want a turbo 911. Any turbo version. I would want a naturally aspirated version. It's just so much better. Even though a 992, you're gonna get so much more horsepower. 991.2, you can get tons and tons of horsepower and torque out of it, but it's a turbo. It doesn't sound as good. Handles or performs differently. So I'm looking for a 50th anniversary or a Carrera S of some sort, Carrera 4S. I'd rather have the rear-wheel drive. So Carrera S, you can find one with a power pack. There are like 0 of these for sale in the U.S. The GTS is also, that would be the unicorn. A 2015 GTS in manual because it has the power kit, it has the GTS interior, has the wider rear fenders that the Carrera 4S has. I mean, that's the one. That's the one that I'm going to get one of those at some point, either a 50th or a GTS someday just to have. So that's a 2014, 15, 16. And some of the 16s are 991.2s where they went to the 3-liter turbo.
Cars with JR has a $20 super chat. Matt, how would you rank your top 5 M cars you've owned? P.S. The G8X is the best.
Yeah,
JK. He says
yeah, I mean E92 is my favorite. I think I'd probably put F10 M5 next. Then probably I haven't owned it, but I think with the F90 M5. And I'd have, if I spent some time in an F90 M5 or more time in it, then maybe I would rank that higher than the F10. I think the first gen M2, so not the CS, because it has the S55, but the N55 car. I like that car a lot. Then the E36. That's 5.
There you go.
But I don't like the E60 M5. I mean, E39 M5 is okay. The E46 is okay. But I think I'd rather have all those. E92 number 1 for sure. Then the 2 M5s, the 2 new M5s, the E36 probably before the N55 M2 would be my choices.
Got 2 more super chats. One from Deepak, who seems to be somewhere in the Austin area. This is his first super chat, $10. While Matt and team are in Austin, is it possible to meet other folks in the area? Especially, well, he says, who are doing garage designs with you. I'm in my technical drawings phase right now.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm sure we could work something out.
Do a little meetup.
Yeah.
Shaz29, $4.99. I can't swing $10,000 plus for Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
What's the ETA for entry tools? For example, Tecton. Starting from scratch, I don't even know where to begin or what to buy.
I would say probably next year. I think it'll take me the rest of the year to get through the high end tools. But I think that in the way that we're going to put the high end tools together, I don't think it's going to be out of the realm of possibility for you to just start to piece together smaller versions of the better stuff. We'll see where pricing lies on all this stuff, but I think that we may end up coming in reasonable.
Our buddy James up in Indiana says, I'm going to win one of these. I'm determined. At least I have a new shirt for every day of the week. There were a couple guys who bought one of every shirt. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, the good news is you don't lose in that deal. You paid $10 extra for a shirt, $5 extra for a shirt, and you get the shirt, which are awesome.
27 Motorsports says, make sure to hit up Jay Carver's for the best steak when you're in Austin. I swear that fly's never here until.
God dang it! That's every week. That's 3 for 3. Gosh.
Jay Carver's for the best steak. We'll write that
Okay.
down. Thanks, 27. Canadian Bacon, eh? It was like 10 degrees there this morning. He says, how does the Swiss Tracks handle the cold?
Yeah, it's fine. It'll shrink up a little bit, so you'll end up with little extra room against the wall. So I'd be inclined to oversize it. Cut it, or not oversize, but cut it flush with the wall because it'll shrink a tiny bit. Other than that, it'll be fine. I mean, it's polypropylene, super dense plastic that can handle lots of abuse. So I think you'd be fine.
Let's see. Dun Hex says, hey, Matt, I recently got my Werther silent piston compressor.
Nice.
I was wondering what you'd recommend I set the output pressure at. Thank you.
I mean, most tools are going to run at 90 psi, so I usually run it at 93 psi, assuming some parasitic loss. If I'm blowing out pads, I'll go and crank it up to 125 psi and let it rip. But if you're going to use any kind of tools, I mean, almost all of them are going to run it at 90. So like anytime I'm running the pneumatic like polish or anything like that, I got to go make sure that I'm at so I run it at 93 psi, and then assume a little bit of loss through my line, and I get a nice properly functioning tool. But so if you leave it at that, then you're not going to mess anything up.
Steven says, hey guys, I want to tool grid my Milwaukee tools, similar to how Matt did it in the Sonic Toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cabinet array which I don't have yet. Which cabinet company and which drawer is best for that?
You want a drawer, for the Milwaukee tools. You want them to be at least 5-inch drawers, so 5-inch tall. That way, you have the room to kind of stack them up. What was his other question? Which cabinet?
Cabinet company and which drawer?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on what you're planning on doing. If you're going to do like a closet type thing, but if you're doing the drawers, I mean, all of them will work. So Sonic has ones, Russo does, the Sabre stuff works, and then we're going to be testing out the Pro Slat, cabinets. So I would say, just depending on your price point, but in a perfect world, you would get a like Sonic MSS Plus with the big long drawer that are 5 inches deep that you could put all kinds of stuff in.
John Walters says, I wish I would have won, but my garage is such a dumpster fire, I would have had to take the money due to embarrassment. My shop is dialed in, one thing at a time.
Yeah. Well, it would have been fun for us to come out there and transform it.
DB says, other BMW enthusiasts, I'm sure, are curious. Is the E36 M3 going to be in a giveaway next?
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I don't know. I was planning on doing a summertime Evo E36 giveaway and starting fresh, and they're freaking awesome, but I feel complete with them. I'm not sure yet. I've been second guessing that and saying, you know what? Why don't I just keep them? Kind of like them, and I've been driving them more than anything, and I'm not sure yet.
Classic Carson says, if you were to build a custom home, realistically, what size garage would you do? 20-car garage with infinity measurements.
No, I would want to build an indoor wash bay, so that's a decent amount of space. That's say 26 feet wide. 22 feet wide. Let's see, what my custom design house, I still have it. We're going to build it someday, or some version of it. I think it was 26 by 90. So whatever that is, 1,800 square feet.
26, closer to
3,000 square feet. Yeah, man. Yeah, 3,000 square feet. So
2,600. Minus.
Yeah. So that's what I would want. No biggie. 26 by 90, I think it was. Yeah.
Let's see. If a guy was going to be in the Lady Lake area next week, would it be okay for him to stop by, or will it be chaos with the move?
Oh, no.
Come on by, Blake.
Yep.
We've had people this week come in.
We'll put you to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look pretty in here, but yeah, no, we'll be fine. Come on by.
Hey, Matt, I live in Phoenix and have a cookie-cutter track home in an HOA.
Mm-hmm.
What do you recommend for insulating the garage door? The styrofoam kit at Home Depot?
Yeah, I think so. I've done that before. It's pretty simple. Watch. There's a bunch of videos. I think probably the best video, if you get a Hawaii detailing on YouTube, and search his channel for his garage door upgrade. He did a really nice job. And he gives you listed and stuff of all the different suggestions, or of all the different, a list of all the different products you would need to buy. But yeah, I think that's the good way to go.
Zoom Kyle 19 says, could you ever do an obsessed in a Miata build? Just saying.
No, I'm too big.
You can't fit in a Miata.
Yeah.
Any plans for a distribution facility in the UK?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's I'm hoping to have something this year figured out.
Anuj wants to know, I saw the new Adams buckets have a drain spout. Is this a creature comfort worth chasing for OG or pass?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess the advantage would be that you could just turn the spout so you don't have to lift it up and dump it out. But I don't know. I think that's a creature comfort that I don't know that I would care to have. Because I kind of like I feel like I get more junk out of the bucket when I shoot it into the yard.
Let's see here. Peter says, speaking of lighting earlier, what do you suggest for someone with shorter ceilings, 10 to 12 feet?
Really nothing special. I mean, if you have the option, you would opt for a lower lumen output and slightly more lights, because you don't have the travel distance to gain the whatever lens angle from the LED. So you would want to, I think, on Cree, there's an option, say on an 8-footer, to choose an 8,000 lumen or a 12,000 lumen. We'd choose the 8,000 lumens. If you're doing the other OG lights, you would do a 4 bulb instead of a 6 bulb. And then you just want to try to spread them out a little bit more to get better coverage. But really, that's all you would do. And even if you couldn't do that, you could just offset it with a dimmer. You could offset the output with a dimmer on, let's say, the Cree lights. But nothing remarkably different. Like the Helen House has 9-foot ceilings, and we did all Cree 12,000 lumen fixtures, and just put a dimmer on it, and that way we can flame throw it if we want to, and then we can tune it down if needed.
AFH says, hey Matt, are you anticipating more cross-department collaboration now that OG will all be under the same roof?
Oh yeah, 100%. So I think that the one building is probably going to save me from needing to hire for 6, 8, like maybe a year. It'll save me a bunch of. We have quite a bit of redundancy between curated and here. We're going to save a lot of steps, so maybe we have to institute some sort of a stand up and sit down schedule or something. I'm joking. Yeah, everybody has to do 10 air squats an hour or something like that to offset the. But then again, the building's a lot bigger, so people walking around the building more. Yeah, we're going to have lots of synergy gained, a lot of efficiency gained. It's also going to help me to see everything under one roof, to make decisions. It's going to be great.
Well, I scrolled down here because we had a super chat, $4.99, Granular Auto Spa, but they didn't ask a question. So if you have a question, Granular Auto Spa, let us know. Our buddy over there, Manny, says, I drink coffee for its flavor and process, not for its caffeine content. People tend to get on caffeinated drinks to stabilize the mood when the 2 o'clock carb crash hits. And then he follows up with, also, most decaf coffees taste like sadness.
I'm sure.
Because they're heavily processed to remove caffeine chemically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I wouldn't imagine drinking stinky brown water without the caffeine. You're drinking it for the caffeine.
It's like tea. Like unsweet tea. There's no need for unsweet tea.
That's gross. Yeah, no need.
Dragon43 has a question you might enjoy here.
Okay.
If you were getting your degree today, which major would you choose? Did you ever wish you had studied something other than electrical engineering?
Yes. I think I would probably major in accounting. I just feel so. I would be account. I would probably try to dual major in business and accounting because business is freaking easy in comparison to engineering. And so I would want to major not in finance, but in just business in general, or maybe even, which is kind of a bullcrap degree, marketing, marketing and accounting. Accounting would be key, and I would also start and try to sit for a CFA, because you would learn a lot, and you would be able to do that. You'd be able to do that like your junior year, because you'd have a solid base of accounting, so that would really help you pursue the CFA. So I would want to come out of college. You couldn't call yourself a CFA until you had the relevant industry experience, but if you were done with the coursework, you'd be extremely hireable. The other thing, I would get a lot better grades if I had majored in accounting and business, or accounting and marketing. So then maybe I had a shot at like Goldman Sachs or something like that. So that's what I would do if I could do it again. So I would have studied in high school. I would have figured out a way to make it interesting to me, and I would have tried to have gone to like MIT or Princeton or something like that. I would have tried harder. I would have gotten extracurriculars and gamed the system, and I probably would have started a YouTube channel as well, so I'd have some like way to enroll people, and I'd probably have a detailing business too on the side, and so I'd have a lot of extracurriculars, and I would have played every frickin' sport, and try to join every club, and I would have been involved. Man, if you could do it over again, and you knew, how to be, if I knew how to be like, just, because when you're a kid, you're freaking brain dead. You have no idea how to just, like, if somebody's making fun of you, just say no. How about you don't do that? Or how about you figure out a way to win them over? You could be, smart and have everybody enrolled, included. But yeah, that's what I would do.
Our buddy Chris at Service Plumbing. Also, thanks for the referral, man. Adam's house is taken care of. He's going to be very happy. And the boys are on their way to Waba's house now.
Nice. Yeah, I told Chris, so Chris came in, he like donated like tens of thousands of dollars of labor, to do this LZ project. And I didn't want to do the darn replumbing of the house, but he talked me into it. Mainly because I didn't want to take advantage of him. But I think that long term, we're going to do lots of cool stuff together. There'll be lots of customers, lots of things that we do, that he can gain from putting himself out there and taking a risk. And that's what we, same thing with Eastside, same thing with Laurel, same thing with the stair people who are doing the railings and stuff. So there's a real benefit that if the marketer shows up at your doorstep and says, "Hey, I want you to do this project. Can you hook me up?" Yeah, I think you'd be smart to do it.
Scott Mitchell says, Matt, what is with the resistance to Ketra lighting? It's widely known as the premier lighting solution for most high-end home builds and lighting professionals.
We did it in John's garage. It's not, the lighting quality is not good. Having the option to turn them purple and pink is freaking stupid, and it costs a freaking fortune. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. And it, it's like $350 plus per fixture. I wanted to like it. Lutron has amazing margins. You make lots of money. They have tons in stock. I may try again at some point because there's not just one fixture that they make, and it's much more robust now as time has gone on. But yeah, man, I just don't like it. Just the quality of light that you're getting in the room is something about it just doesn't work for me.
Dylan Whitmore says, Matt, do you snowboard or ski? I got my snowboard PPF and coated, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, snowboard. But I'm retired. I'm done. No interest.
You end up in the emergency room.
Mm-hmm. Snowboarded most of my life, from 13 to 35. Dunzo.
Ty Branscombe says, does OG have a tool grid starter kit?
No, but we will. And I don't know when, so don't wait on us.
Jeffrey McNall Jr. says, absolutely go on 2 Bears, 1 Cave while you're there.
I was thinking about it. Maybe I could convince him to, Tom, to talk cars, talk Porsche and stuff, because he's really getting into it. But I don't know him if I could ever, convince. How do I fit?
Say hi to Nick Bear. Maybe you can work out with him.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Well? That's a good idea. Our buddy that worked for Nick, I don't know that he works there anymore. I haven't heard from him in a while. That would be cool.
Xantonin says, I heard last week Matt had issues with the meter. If you use an iPad, you can set it up next to the grill, and it will work as the base station and send data to your phone so you can leave the house.
Yeah, I don't have an iPad. I bought 6 different iPads, and then they sit on the countertop. I just don't have a use case for it. I want to like it. I want to have it, and I never use it. Yeah, I don't know. The meter just seems like it freaking overheats all the time, and it's just. I think that Manny was saying the new one's better, but I've just gone back to the Therma whatever thingy that I use.
Thermapin.
Yeah, I do need to get that one that guy suggested.
The yellow one.
Yeah.
Sportcat 2020 says, do you have any thoughts about reaching out to Cletus about his house build? Maybe an OG collaboration.
Yeah. I've gotten probably 400 messages about it, on various platforms, whether comments or emails or direct messages. He's in Tampa, so it's not terribly far away. He's going to build the house, and so the builder's not going to like me showing up, I don't think. I'll talk to Adam about it and have because Adam and him are friends, about if he wanted some advice on something. Maybe we can do certain product. Maybe we do the lighting for him or something, or we could help him with an outdoor kitchen or something specific. But I'm not sure. I think I may get more out of it had I not done too much. We picked 2 or 3 things to do with them. But I'll reach out and I'll talk to him and see what he thinks. Certainly if this is the first house he's building, could certainly use some advice, some help. I could certainly help out. So I'll probably reach out here, and when I go back to Adam's place on Tuesday, we'll work on it.
Mark wants to know, how's the Ego vacuum? Have you had the chance to try it yet?
I haven't. It's around here somewhere.
It's at the new building.
Yeah, they've been using it. I'm not sure, but I gotta mess with it.
Let's see, Matt, you mentioned in the Washington talk that Built Hambur's coming to OG.
Yep.
Is it the full lineup? I'm interested in their traceless window cleaner.
Yeah, the whole deal, the whole line, everything will be coming.
Jeff W. says, if I can't wash the snow and salt crap off my Lightning until it warms up, is going to the DIY wash bay and just hosing off with hot water and blowing off acceptable? Or just wait.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that certainly can't hurt. Even if you can't do any sort of contact wash, getting as much off as you can, it'd be super helpful. This is where something like touchless or auto foam would be really helpful. If you could, even if you put it in like a pump, like a what is the frickin' ones that we have?
Oh, the IK spray?
No, not IK. The other ones.
Marilex?
Marilex, yeah. So you get yourself the big Marilex sprayer and go and put the touchless on, and then you could, at the quarter car wash, you could blast it off. That would be super helpful for corrosion and future of your coating or your paint in general.
Let's see here. No, I got sorting through all the coffee comments. Coffee no sugar? Probably better than soft drinks with sugar.
Well, how about neither?
No sodas / pop.
Nope.
Pop.
Don't drink that. I can't handle that. I drink the entire 2-liter bottle. Mountain Dew. I'm ready to jump off the roof head first. The thing that I've been doing, so I'm in love with the Mountain Valley.
Okay, the water?
It's being delivered, yep. So I get the 5-gallon jugs, right? 5-gallon glass jugs. And then
get those delivered.
So that's delivered. I also have them deliver Mountain Valley, the little 20 ounce or whatever, how big are they? 12 ounce, I think, little bottles of what's it called? The frickin' club soda.
Sparkling water.
Yes, thank you. Sparkling water. There's 4 flavors, or flavorless, and 3 flavors, and they seem to only have the one in stock. So I need to call them and say, you need to get the other in stock. I'm going to be getting it all the darn time.
Mountain Valley spring water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's the case of like 20 or something like that, 32 or.
Are they in glass as well? The small bottles.
Yep, makes you feel super fancy. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so there you go, mountain water, and they deliver. So if they deliver to Lady Lake, Florida, chances are they probably deliver to where you live out there as well.
Someone was saying, which I wouldn't put this past, but is there no recycling in Lake County? Do they just dump it all in one spot? Someone was telling me. Somebody made in the comments.
I don't know.
So they just take your recycling and pretend, and then they just go dump it in the same landfill?
They charge you more for it. Yeah, I don't know. I know we have our 2 separate containers here, but what happens to it after it leaves here?
We need to find that out.
Yeah, we can follow the truck one day. That'd be fun. I looked up our winner's house here.
Nice.
On Google Maps. You see what that is?
That's probably where he's building his 4-car back there on that extra pad.
Let's see what's the. Oh yeah, because it says copyright 2024, so that's super recent. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of room there. This could get.
Yeah, we're gonna find an Airbnb near there. Maybe there's one in his neighborhood somewhere.
Airbnb? You?
Oh, that's right. Remember last time the Airbnb was. What are my hotel choices around here? Let me see. Show me what we got.
Let's see.
Type in 4 Seasons.
Let's see, Austin.
No, you can search nearby down there. See nearby?
Okay. Yeah.
And so type in Ritz-Carlton. Hotels nearby, yeah.
Yeah, there's not a Ritz-Carlton in this
Ritz-Carlton.
Sleep Inn and Suites. Yeah, that's you. 950. Hold on, what's that? That's Camp David Retreat.
What is that?
I don't know. Looking for the higher numbers here. Sleep Inn. Ooh, La Quinta. That's La Quinta.
Where's that? That 361. What is that next to Camp David?
361. Lucky Arrow Retreat. Glamping capital of Texas.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
We might be able to find some cool stuff around here.
369. What's this? Another retreat. There's lots of retreats around there.
This could be fun.
Yeah.
Let's
You
go.
might not come back. Lots of retreats.
Yeah, maybe there could be like a fat camp I can go to here,
And vineyards, okay. And go not drink their wine.
None of this 489.
489. JW Marriott.
There we go. That's far away, though.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hike.
That's San Antonio. That's like a freaking 2-hour trip. Go back up toward Austin. What's that 463 up there? See that? You're going to zoom in.
Another glamping resort.
What the heck?
What are these people? It's like the geodesic dome thing.
Yeah, maybe this is like the help us out,
Yeah,
Austin people.
yeah.
Is this like a camping, like fancy camping? There's all these
Cabin, yeah.
camping places. What's that 736?
Yeah,
That's
there's on. Yep, another
huh.
geodesic dome looking thing.
This is weird.
You can do ayahuasca, I'm sure, while you're there. Looks like that kind of place.
Yeah, I might need that.
There you go. There's
Yeah, what's that Camp David thing all about? That sounds like a cult.
Camp David retreat. Yeah, definitely a cult. $950.
Wasn't that something? Wasn't that like where
Camp
George
David.
W. Bush or something?
Yeah, that's the presidential getaway up north.
Yeah. That's all. That's my name written all over it.
4.9 stars. Not that you care.
And we'll put Mike and Mike at the La Quinta, and
You'll go to Camp David and
the fat camp where they make me run every morning and stuff. It'd be great.
be great.
Feed you only celery sticks.
Oh man! All right.
That's what I need.
A cup of coffee every morning. I'm sitting here listening to the podcast, drinking coffee. That's nice.
Maybe I'll motivate you to stop that crack you're snorting.
Where's OG's 100K YouTube plaque? What do you think? When do you think you'll hit your 1 million subscribers?
That's right there. Yeah.
I got it in the office.
I think we're gonna hit it this year. We're
What
gonna
are we
try.
now? We're at 556.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's messaging me.
We hit 100. It was just 2017.
He's in the cast. Charles is in here. There are
he's here now. Okay.
cool places to stay. Okay,
Oh,
cool,
okay.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to play. It'd be fun to stay somewhere fun, but we want to be close because we're going to be, working like crazy people, And I think what we need to try to do with him, that's what I'm going to talk to him about, is if he's going to do all of it, like he's going to have his garage built and everything, maybe we just do it all, Yeah.
So what do you get for $1 million? You get gold, right?
I don't know. I never
There
thought
it
I'd
is.
get it, so I never even thought about it.
I think it's gold.
I think we're going to do it.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Come up with some cool collaborations, It's going to be sweet.
This can go in your office at the new place. I'm tired of this thing. Aaron says, Matt would look at my current garage and tell me to take the money. Oh, man. Did the winner get announced yet? Yep. Already announced the winner.
He's in the chat.
Near the beginning.
He's in the chat. He's here watching.
Guy B32 says, we need obsessed real estate. Finding homes with garages that are actually thought about. So frustrating. We're looking at real estate, new construction, or existing that have a good enough garage.
Well, one of my future plans is to build a community. Speaking of cults.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to Camp David.
I want to
Camp Maddie.
I'm going to build a community. So I've gone over this concept before, but here's what I do. So I buy 100 acres. And I develop 5 acre plots at a time.
Okay.
And so I build a house.
That's actually a really good idea.
Right. So I build a house and learn all that I learn and try to get vendors and get the best people involved in all this and have, find the best products and, work with the best architects and, and make it awesome. And then when I'm done with that, I move in, live there, get to live in it, get to, understand it, live in the lighting, live in the walkways and stuff through the pantry that I created and the laundry room and all the different things. And then we break ground on the second home. All right. Mm-hmm. When I break ground on the second home, I've already got the first home sold. I've got a list of people, and I hand select who gets to buy the first home.
Yep. You interview them.
Yeah, so I'm going to interview them. We're going to have a whole Rolodex of people that are interested in moving to Florida and living in this dictatorship that I'm going to create. So
it's not an HOA though.
No. It's a Matt Mormon dictatorship, and that's what people are going to want. Mm-hmm. You're going to want me to be the dictator, so everybody stays in line. And we have a service. You don't have a choice. There's a service that I've vetted, and we have a guy come and take care of all of our grass. And we work with Lawn Care Nut and designing our treatment to make sure all our grass looks amazing and the landscaping is perfect. And we have solar and water reclamation, so we'll be a self-sustaining facility. We do all that. All right, set it up. Build the second house. I move out of the first house into the second house, so that way I can live in all the changes, learn some more. Then we start the third house, and so while I'm living in the second house, got my new neighbor. We're best buddies. Where he's giving feedback, I'm giving feedback. We're designing and building the third house. Now, the houses will be slightly different, but they'll largely be the same darn model, just with some tweaks and adjustments as we learn. And then we do the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. And by the end of it, I've got 20 homes on 5 acres each. Mm-hmm. I saved the best 5 acres for last, which is where I'm going to be, at the end.
Okay.
And then we have a self-sustaining community of, no, these are going to be really expensive homes, but they're going to be freaking amazing. And then I'm going to be in charge of making sure that nobody does anything stupid. You got to follow the rules. Otherwise, I'm going to sue your face off, or I don't know. We'll figure something out. And no one do anything stupid. But people are buying in. They want that dictatorship. They want it to be a society where we can. And I'm a reasonable man. That's what all dictators say, right?
Right before they kill everyone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the plan. I only need 20 people.
Yeah. And some time.
Yeah, and a whole lot of money. But by the end of the last home, I'm going to get the house for free because all the stuff would be all the because we're going to be documenting this. All the companies are going to be clamoring to give me all the stuff. It's going to be great.
Kiz Ant says, "Hey Matt, on the back of the UK question, which locations are you currently considering in Australia? Thanks."
I'm not sure where Mark is. I think he's in Sydney. I don't remember.
This guy?
No.
It's a different one.
Yeah, but I think they're in the same town. Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going. I don't think it's Perth. I think it's somewhere Sydney.
I don't know much about Australia.
Yeah, me either.
Jack Toller says, been watching recent Hex videos and thinking about the future of OG. Do you think of OG as a product? For example, sponsoring YouTubers or having a table at SEMA to show garage design products, etc.?
No, I don't view in-person stuff as valuable as I can do things at scale on YouTube. So doing something like going to SEMA and having a booth to me I don't think I'd ever do anything like that. I view Obsessed Garage as a lifestyle. It's a certain way to be. That's why I'm foraying into other things of the home and the garage and everything in between, the apparel, stuff like that. It's a way of being, to be more organized, more discerning, and there's a willingness to make mistakes, but to then fix them and make them better. And so I view it as a lifestyle brand. If that answers this question.
Our own Bryce Thomas says, I want to see Matt do a hot lap around the new building in my Death Miata. We should have a parking lot lap time board at the new building.
Yeah, I don't know how we would do that because you can't go around.
Yeah, you have to do a little U-turn back there.
Yeah.
Let's see. James says, hey Matt, I have to put my pressure washer setup and reel outside. Okay. Do you recommend putting the whole setup in a cabinet of some sort to keep it out of the direct elements?
Yeah, I would do that for sure. So you put it in some sort of, at least covered. It doesn't have to be, but the problem is it'll get all sun bleached over time, and having it under cover of some sort would be smart.
We have some Austin people checking in here.
Nice.
Paul Benoit, I'm in Austin, Texas as well. Charles A., can I come hang out during the garage build? Had some entries as well. And then more Jello, please, says, I'm in Austin, Texas as well, home of the Obsessed House channel. A couple people are updating us to let you know that Nick Bear moved to Nashville. He's no longer down there.
I didn't know that.
What part of Austin? Blah, blah, blah. And then more Jello, please, sent us this, the Yurtopian.
Ooh.
So it's these fancy yurts. Is that what they are, I guess? Bless you. All sorts of yurts and geodesic domes. That's the city where the winner lives.
Oh, so it's right down the street?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Romantic glamping. Oh, yeah, this is great for you and Mike and Mike.
Yeah.
And Texas Hill
Well,
Country.
Mike and Mike will be in one, and I'll be in my own.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So you got plenty of options out there. Blah blah blah. David J., our buddy in Alabama, spoken like a true Alabamian. The only purpose for unsweet tea is to cut down over-sweetened tea. Sweet tea isn't supposed to be syrup. I've used that before, actually. It's a good call by you,
Sounds
David.
like my dad watering down Kool-Aid when we were kids.
Yep.
Gross. It's like, it tastes the same. It's better for you. Like, it's like worse. Like I'd rather drink water than watered down, sweet tea. It's got to have some pop to it. So I can't drink it because I'll freaking die of sugar overdose.
Sleeper 5'6". Do you miss the S2000?
No, I don't really miss any of the cars. I mean, I always want them all back. But the S2000 is done for me. I got it back, and it wasn't what I remembered. It's nice. It's cool. I like them. I like looking at them. I like other people to have them. But, I feel complete. That chapter is closed for me.
BFraz00. Super chat, $4.99. His first super chat. Thanks for all the time and energy that you put into all your product picks. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that. It's a lot. And now, in fairness, it's me searching for stuff, trying stuff is like eating ice cream. It's like the best thing ever. I freaking love doing it.
Baloo says, I just bought a house in Wildwood and will be calling Service Plumbing for some work soon.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah, and come visit us, too.
So I got an email of the company that bought Swiss Tracks is looking to acquire other companies.
Okay.
What would be the number that I would take to fire all of you and go off to the sunset?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, it's funny. It's just like I don't know that they're serious or not, but they sent me an email. Probably shouldn't be talking about it. I have no interest in that, but it'd be
what would the
be
number
one of
be?
those things. Like, yeah, what I was thinking. The number that immediately popped into my head was $40 million.
Okay, so if they said tomorrow, we'll write you a check.
$40 million.
I'm out.
Would you take it? Well, I know you would take it.
Yeah, I would take that. I'd take $39 million.
Like if you had $40 million, but you lost your passion.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
What would I do?
You'd go into Obsessed Home Theater. Because I imagine you wouldn't be able to do anything in the same space as this company.
Right.
So, but that space is completely different.
Well, seeing the Apple, whatever glasses thingy, what is it called? Apple
the
Vision.
VR? Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy, getting into home theater. Maybe that's not the best idea. Selling TVs. I don't know. Depending on how comfortable those things are. As they become more comfortable, eventually you'll be able to just put some glasses on and then put some headphones in, and you've got like a frickin', however big your room is, that's how big your screen is. And you don't have to mount anything to the wall or anything. The next generation, forget it. They're not even going to get TVs. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be but imagine, it's $40 million. I could probably figure out a way to go broke with that much money. So
if anyone could.
But if you had $40 million, what would I do? Where would I go? Would we move somewhere? Would I?
You'd build a new home somewhere.
I would do that project.
Your 20 home development money.
Say, yeah, I'm going to go into this, and I'd retain Obsessed Garage. I'd be a customer. I need to get all this stuff. Maybe I should call them.
Yeah.
See you guys later. That was my last podcast.
Ask for $80 million.
We don't have another podcast. I'll see you later. Or you'll know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I'd go broke. I'd spend all $40 million on that stupid community. Yeah.
All right, Dan says, hey, Matt, since I didn't win this go-round on the garage giveaway, how would you design a 450-square-foot garage with 7.5-foot ceilings? I can't believe my 21-year-old self bought a split level being a car guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can still make that cozy. I mean, the Helen garage, the low part of the ceiling is 8 feet roughly, and so you can still light that well, and there's certain character advantages of having a low ceiling that I never thought would be interesting. I mean, so you're still a decent size. He's say 22 by 24 or something like that to come up with 400 square feet. So I mean, you could do a cabinet array across the back. You would just do, again, we would want to make sure we have dimmable lighting. So what way, if you're standing under it and doing some project, you could adjust the light levels. You Swiss Trax flooring, do your custom install pressure washer, do your on-wall vacuum system. So it sounds like you have a little bit of oversizedness to fit 2 cars in there nicely. And even though the ceiling height isn't super low or high, I think you could make it awesome. Sounds like it. Paint, flooring, lighting, cabinets, the various tools you mount on a wall, you're good to go.
DP Collins wants to know, will you be doing your own gym in the new building?
No, we don't have room for that. Everybody looks at it. It's 25,600 square feet. We're going to outgrow that in 3.5 years. It's going to be filled to the max. And we're going to be chopping out offices and moving people in one room, just like we have to do here. There'll be people in entryways. We'll be taking out the entry and moving walls. So yeah, I would like to, but we don't have the room for it. I'm going to build a gym at my house, and then I can people can come over work out with me there if they want.
Finney wants to know, do you see OG helping design home floor plans for individuals wanting to build their future homes?
I think that's a possibility in the future. One of the things I struggle with so much, like even right now, I'd love to have an architect that got it. And I'm sure they're out there. So why don't I freaking headhunt them? And I've got the built-in customer base. In fact, I'm going to freaking do this right now. So if you're an architect and you're interested, hit me up. Let's build a business together. I've got the customer base. And all we have to do is just lightly market it. But I need somebody that's licensed, and we could create an amazing experience of designing people's homes for them, and I could have input on it and help you think through it. Let's do that.
All right, thanks, Vinny. Brad, our buddy out west, says, I use an iPad because I can't see my phone. LOL. One day we'll get there.
I hope not.
John Bryan says, I converted my toolbox over to ToolGrid.
Okay.
Absolutely the bomb.
Yeah.
Is there any OG spec storing a grease gun? I can't bring myself to putting it on the ToolGrid.
I think I'd probably consider, you'd put like a baggie over the end of it or something, and grid it in there. But not that I know of.
We got some
what I do, this is going to sound bad, but every time I need to grease something, I buy a new gun, and then when I'm done, I throw it away, and then buy another one.
Time for an OG hotel chain. Air O&G. You're welcome. It's a family. There's lots of people talking about Camp David here. It's a family retreat place.
All
right.
We're sort of a family.
Tom has a guest house. Bert stays in it. Just make sure they change the sheets. Check out the Utopian. Yep, we did that, please. You can stay in my guest room if you like. I built the Obsessed Home channel and made videos on my home build a few years ago. Sent you the video for the DB7000 central vac system. Have a 3-car with a lift, mini split, etc. You're welcome to stay here. Grill, feed the deer, etc. I don't have Dyne Audio, but I have Macintosh Rhythmic and Magnapans.
Where? I don't wonder where he's at.
He's somewhere in near Austin or Dripping Springs out there. I skipped a question I wanted to get to here. Here we go. From Jason. Suggestions for an RCA cable. It would be used to connect a turntable to my 1970s Marantz receiver.
Audio Quest make lots of. I would wager that on a vintage, both from vinyl and then a vintage preamp amplifier, integrated amplifier, that you may be able to hear some difference in proper interconnects. And so the big brands would be like Kimber, Audio Quest, that are at least accessible. And so Audio Quest has different levels. I'd be inclined to just buy a $100 pair of RCA cables and call it a day. But would you really hear a difference between that and one that like come free in the VCR box? That's been the question. But with analog audio, I think, at least getting a decent shielded, audio cable would be worthwhile. And so I'd probably just look up Audio Quest and pick as much as I'm willing to spend. I think they have $1,000 set of RCA cables, but they start at $20 and go up from there. Just pick one.
Scott Taylor says, good evening from the UK. How do you find Atomac compares to Ruststopper?
I think it's much better. I just see less rust build up quicker. Now, I learned that I was using it undiluted, so maybe that's why. But yeah, we're going to make the transition, I think. I think it's better.
BFraz00 says, hey, Matt, if you need a residential drafter for your OG spec community, my wife has some of the best rates in Florida, and we are only a few hours away. There you go. This is all lining up. Obsessed Glamping, OG Obsessed Glamping, yes. Brad says, I can't do sweet tea from the South. It's way too much sugar. It's just right, Brad. Just right. Love your videos. Starting my 4,600 square foot shop and use the floor plan idea from one of your videos.
Nice.
Larry Velez says, I'm in for your cult neighborhood. The Kool-Aid will have the best glass bottles.
Yeah.
MKBHD said they're super heavy. The Apple thingies, I guess you're talking about. I'm sure they'll get lighter here as we go.
Yeah. I was going to order it, but I don't think it's going to work with my contacts. So, because I have semi-hard contacts, and so it looks at your eyes, and I think that it says if you have hard contacts, then it can't read your retinas, I guess, of where they're pointing. So I almost need to just try somebody else's or go to the store and test it out, see if it works.
Which one did you guys have yesterday? Which one was that? Do you know?
I think that's the Oculus from Facebook.
Kyle Smith says, is the direction of flow for a DI, CR Spotless, always the same, left to right, once mounted? Really wanting to hear more about the OG spec DI.
No, you could do it either way. But generally, yeah, you would go left to right. But we could do it. We're going to set it up so you can do it on either side.
Jeremy says, did I miss the garage pick? Did I win? Yes and no. Matt, Mike, and Mike series for the new building starts when? I'm so excited for that.
I think we'll probably start in, I'd say April 1st. Yeah, would be a good target. We've got to do Lena's kitchen. We've got to do Fred's garage, and then we're gonna start, OGHQ. So we're gonna come up with some clever things. I need to sell a bunch of stuff in the spring, generate a bunch of money, so that way I have the money to do it, and then I'll try to get a bunch of sponsors and stuff.
Steven says, I'm curious why you guys suggest lighting be horizontal to the garage door. Is it not okay going parallel to the garage door?
You can do it either way. Most of the time, we do it, parallel to the door, and it really just depends on what your ceiling structure looks like, where your openers are, where your attic access is, stuff like that. But generally, we would do it parallel to the door. I always have, but my garage, for example, didn't have we had such a weird ceiling that we couldn't get any kind of symmetrical setup, and so the way to do it was to do it, perpendicular, front to back instead of left to right. But it really doesn't matter. You can do whichever way we want, as long as you have the room to do it.
Jay Trinidad says, I think you can make more than the $40 million in just a couple more years. The company itself, you're still growing.
Maybe. We'll right now, the brand is me, so is it really even worth anything?
Nicholas says, hey, Matt, love the new Build Your Porsche series. Just got my PTS 4 RS approved. Want to get your thoughts on the build. Porsche, then he gives us the code here. That might be a cool video series, too, actually. People send you there.
Yeah. So I'm going to, you can pull it up if you want. If you just click that and go to Porsche.com, I'll tell you. I'm going to shoot the Lotus tonight. So that was my plan after I finished the Evo exhaust. I just shot, I think, a really cool video inside the Hex. Somebody had asked me about what is my process for like scheduling, organizing, making lists, stuff like that. So I shared my screen and kind of showed everything that I do on a daily basis and how I manage it and how, I don't have any red circles on my phone, any like unread stuff. Everything stays super organized. There's a Porsche code. If you just Google Porsche code, It'll allow you to enter it there.
All right, there we go. I'll do that in a second. Let's see. I have a rhythmic subwoofer as well. They are amazing. Huge value, but nothing cheap about it. Just way more performance and SQ for the money.
Yeah, I haven't spent any time with them. Something about it rubs me wrong. I'm not sure what it is. My gut doesn't lead me in that direction. But maybe I should try some.
Obsessed Mobile Detailing says, what advice would you give to a service-based business that's considering moving to a new state? I'm 28 and I've lived in my city my whole life and want to move an hour away to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. That's one of those things. If you're a service provider, and the only thing you could do, which I would have never been able to do, is save a bunch of money, so I could go and start over from zero. It could go one of two ways. It could be run you out of that industry because you find that you hate rebuilding it, or it could be remotivating and super invigorating to start over and start from scratch. I don't know. That's a tough one. It depends on the type of industry you're in. Depends on how much what your lifestyle looks like. How much money you need and how much money you were making, and how easily you could replicate it, not knowing anybody. That's a tough one.
Let's see here. When will stainless steel tips come out? For
Pressall, I think that we're placing the order.
We're placing the order soon.
We'll have it in roughly 90 days or so. 60 to 90 days, depending on how long it takes to get them over here on the water. So they're going to be like $3 or something like that. So pretty expensive for a tip, but they're going to be freaking sweet.
All right, so I brought up the this thing.
All right, so his color is a paint to sample of some sort. Let's see, black olive. That's cool. The only thing to keep in mind with those dark colors is it's always going to look dirty, or always show everything. Even my Brewster's right on the edge, and his is a little bit darker, but that will look sick. That's a great looking color for that car. Let's see, he didn't choose Visoc. Had to have. He's at 209 sticker. Yeah, you're missing the Visoc wheels. I think those are freaking sweet. It's a sweet deal. Those wheels cost a lot more than $15,000. Let me see what he's got going on here. Full buckets. That's good. None of that. Okay, he does have the Visoc package. He just chose not to do the Visoc wheels. I mean, the stock wheels are nice, but those magnesium wheels are incredible. So maybe they don't have them. So maybe he knows something I don't know. Exterior packages. Let's see what's he got going here. Deletion of model designation. I'm a big advocate of that. Performance. Front axle lift. I don't love the chrono clock on the GT4. It's like a big bump in the middle of the thing, but it's not a deal breaker for me. PCCBs, that's good. That's important. Doing the PDLS headlights, I like that. And I don't like auto dimming mirrors or integrated rain sensor, but a lot of people like that. Let's see his interior selection. I don't think you're going to like that pouch, the leather key pouch. I have it, and I've got rid of it. Or I didn't get rid of it. I just put it in the drawer. Door sill guards in carbon fiber illuminated. That's not too bad. I think that's a cool choice. Let's see what else he's got going on here. Door pull loops in black. I do like that. Interior comfort, light design package, that's good. Smoking package, that's good. Luggage net and footwell, that's good. He chose Bose. The only thing I see you're missing, you want the aluminum pedals, I'm telling you. Let's make sure he doesn't have that somewhere. Fire extinguisher. Audio communications. It's on here somewhere, but you definitely want the aluminum pedals. I didn't see him choosing that. Climate control painted. Let's go interior package and trim. pretty nice build. Not bad. Maybe you can't do aluminum pedals in this car. I don't see it anywhere. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. The only thing I would do is get the wheels. What happens when you add the wheels? Does it add 15,000? I didn't think it added. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Maybe I wouldn't do that. All right.
Some expensive wheels.
Yeah, they're freaking sweet. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I wish I had an allocation. I like the. I do like the yellow on that black olive. Sweet. Nicely done.
Let's see. Did you vacuum the electric ridgeline? Looking forward to part 2 of the wash and talk. Electric ridgeline.
Yeah, that'll be up tonight.
Hey, Matt, my Love Rack 12x8x3 should ship today.
Nice.
Any tips for getting it unloaded if I live in a residential neighborhood and no forklift?
Speed and a buddy.
Invite some
Somebody
friends.
in the truck and somebody out of the truck. Just set it on the ground, because get the truck guy out of there. And so he doesn't like balk on you. And sometimes you get a bad truck guy and they don't want to they're not having it. And most of the time they're going to sit in the truck while you're doing the work. So you're going to want to have some help. And don't involve your wife because she's going to frickin' hate you for it. So try to get some strong, able-bodied buddies or kids or something like that to help you do it.
Kyrie says also, what lever rack accessories would you say are legit?
They're all legit depending on what you want to do. I mean, the little magnetic hanger things work okay. I don't have a use for them. I really like the bin holders, the ones that snap into the back. I like the shelves. Depending on your use case, all of their accessories are good. They all function. They're all legit. I don't love the drawers, which you either ordered those or you didn't. They're Rousseau drawers, but they don't latch or open and close great. But I think anything you choose based on your use case is going to be good.
Let's see here. Deepak wants to know, is Matt still doing cold plunges these days? Any plans to sell one through OG?
Yes, we'll be likely doing that, the portable system from Andrew that we talked about in the LZ project. I'll talk more about it as I get to use it more. And it's just a working prototype that I have, so I'm going to have to be really delicate with it. We'll be putting it on a Destination OG, I think, soon. It's $3,000. Will be the introductory pricing, and then it'll go to $3,500 once it reaches full production. And it's I do it every day. I did it this morning. Did it every day this week. It's tough, man. When it was 37 out or whatever, 40 degrees out, and you come back and get in 40-degree water, it's brutal. And those are the days you have to negotiate with yourself to just go do it.
W. Ryan says, what are your bedroom pillow recommendations?
Yeah, good news. I bought a Columbia king size. The ones I bought in Helen are hard as a rock. And so I bought another one for Adam's project because I forgot mine. And it's great. They're back to good.
So it's the cooling
Yep.
gel memory foam pillow.
Yep.
On Amazon. And you like queen, not king.
No, king.
Oh, you
Not
like
queen.
king, sorry.
Remember, the queens were softer than the king. But the king is now soft again. There's a
Gotcha.
batch that I bought 4 of them. They're hard as a rock.
When is Adam going to teach you how to drift?
Next week. Maybe the following week.
Yoshi says just palm the truck driver $100 and he'll help you unload the lever rack.
Yeah, maybe sometimes.
Steven wants to know, what are the containers that Matt has in his personal garage cabinets? The ones that organize the pens and keys, etc.
Those were from Lista. Yeah, so they were Lista bins. Like, what you do is the drawer size, and then they sell a bin kit for that drawer size and height. So it really doesn't work for other cabinets. That's the problem.
More Jello, please, out there in Austin. Says it's going to be 26 degrees there tonight. Plunge away.
Well, hopefully by the time we get to Austin, it'll be warm.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit warmer here. It'll be deathly hot when you guys get out there.
Well, if we're gonna wait and do it all in 8 months, it would be end of the summer, early fall will be perfect.
Let's see. Dr. Phil, our buddy Dr. Phil, always good to have him. Will Matt be doing the CrossFit Open this year? And what are the chances we'll see his workout on video?
I think I will do it this year. I haven't done it in many years, but I think I'll do it. I need to get working on my muscle ups again.
You did all the workouts last year anyway. You just didn't register for the Open and see where you stood and all that, right?
Did I do it? I don't know.
Yeah, because the one with the thruster max at the end, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I'm sure I didn't do all of them, but some of them, yeah. But yeah, I'll probably do it this year. I'll probably do pretty well. My problem is some of the weird crap that I don't, some of the gymnastic stuff. Yeah.
No wall walks.
Yeah, but I'm much better at wall walks now than in the past. I'm not good at pistols. I just don't do them because it's stupid. I can't handstand walk, and my muscle ups are not great.
A couple more here, then we'll be done. Adrian says, do you have a mattress brand that you recommend?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. I'm not an expert in it. I only know what the big box stores or the big mattress box stores have, and it was a Beauty Rest Black was my favorite.
And then any home safe ideas? Fort Knox, ?
Yep.
That's what you have,
That's
right?
what I have, yep. Fort Knox is great because you can custom make it however you want. I'm sure there's better, but I think that they're pretty sweet, pretty decent.
And then PD25, any updates on the DI system? Here in Oklahoma, we have some of the nastiest water I've ever seen.
Testing is going to begin here soon. Our working prototype is in production, so we're hoping to have it this year.
All right. Thank you all for the questions. Now, next week, you're back at LZ's, right?
Correct.
We going to do a podcast from there next Friday? You want to try that?
Yes.
All
and
right.
then I'm going to do one with LZ, too.
Gotcha.
And then maybe I'll do one with LZ on LZ's channel, or something like that. We'll see.
All right, Waba. I'll get with Waba to figure that out then.
Yeah. See everybody. We'll try to stay on track and try to do our podcast regularly scheduled, and then lots of cool videos coming. Can't wait. See ya.